Hello guys, it's the Adventurous Allotment here. I'm on my allotment. I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of the allotment, like an October update if you will, quick. If it takes any longer than say 5 minutes I'll probably do it in separate parts, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what's going on here. I'd like to start off by saying that although it is autumn now, into mid-October, it really isn't behaving like autumn. It's warm by day and night. We haven't had much in the way of frost, so you can see in general the leaves are still green, the trees are still green. The leaves are falling off green actually, but in general there's not much autumn colour. As you can see, even the pear trees are still very much green and everything. There's a bit of autumn colour in one or two trees, but as you can see if you pan round, autumn hasn't really started yet here. So other than say my pomegranate, which has almost lost its leaves, and the fig as well, which is starting to drop its leaves, but I'm not worried about that because I haven't got any figs on it this year. But anyway, I'm going to walk around and just like show you what's happening, and I thought I'd start with this one. This is everyone's favourite plant. I'll do this in a bit more depth, but here we've got our Chilean Guava, and as you can see these are clothed in berries at the moment, and the scent is absolutely intoxicating, and it's a really nice one. But I won't spend too long on each plant. We've got our tea plant here, which is in full recovery mode after we had to remove it from the bed. Well, it's here. It looks healthy enough. It's actually starting to look really healthy, and that might get planted back out like next year, but that's another episode that I'm going to talk about that in another video nearer the time. So yeah, moving on to the ornamental bed. I'm not doing this in any particular order. You can see here red cordyline, pretty much nondescript plant there for the aesthetics really. Down there I've got my Fuchsia Procumbens. You may well remember I did a video for that. It's actually taken off quite well now. You can see it's starting to sprawl all over the place. It's nice to see that. Hopefully it won't get hit by the winter. Next to this is what I consider is a Livistena palm. We think either Livistena chinensis or Livistena decora, not sure which one, but that's in there. It's doing nicely. Kind of resembles a Trachycarpus when it's young, but it isn't a Trachycarpus. The big plant at the back there is the Sonchus fruticosus. That's a plant that's done well this year, likes the cool climate of the Canary Islands, the montane slopes where there's high rainfall. It's cool and humid pretty much all year round. That's doing well here, as you might expect. The bananas here, you can see there, if we go down you can see the stems as well. Not really performed that well this year, not because the weather was bad. I think it was quite a good summer, but more because the root competition. There's a lot of plants in here and it's probably competing for root space. Obviously some of these plants will disappear because they're largely biennials, like for example the Melanosolinum over there that you can see with the serrated leaves there. They'll be gone when that flowers. Here's a Canna Brasiliensis, or I think it's Canna patens, or however you pronounce it, in flower now, and they're just yep, that's good to see. And as I was mentioning then, the Melanosolinum decipiens, or Madeiran black parsley, and as I was saying the other day in the last video, the ornamental trunk, very nice looking. Brugmansia here in leaf, as it always is every year, but unfortunately no sign of flowers this year, so I don't think we'll have that nice photograph of the flower that we usually have going around. Tetroponics Rex, which is really grown. It's really quite beefy now. This is like the large variety called Rex. Yes, it's those leaves are huge. If you put it to hand, they're pretty massive. That's grown a lot, just leaf size. No, it hasn't grown upwards very much, but it's grown outwards a lot. That'll start to move up in the next couple of seasons. And of course behind it is the windmill palm. I won't go into that so much. Anyway, we're hitting the 5-minute mark for this video now, so I'll come back and do a part 2 in which I'll look at the main fruiting plants on the allotment. Anyway, I'll see you for the next part, okay?